dolls come alive and reach their hands out to me. Constellations warn you tonight. Start hearing voices as the water runs. Tomorrow's things come alive. They build up meaningless sky around distant stars. It's okay. Roll down your window. It's
We're back. Well, it's been some harsh days, not only due to the same reasons why everybody's having harsh days, because we're in the COVID-19 world, but today I was at our DTH studios where we're making big changes to adapt to the future, so there are going to be some new realities that we will announce later. And yeah, it was just a tiring day of carrying a lot of gear and moving things around, so a new era is starting. That's the best way to put it. It's been 10 years already of this place, and well, I'm sure that the future awaits some very interesting stuff, but I'll leave the more detailed announcements for another channel. This place is the Music Satellite, so we don't have to be talking about DTH news here, even though they're interesting. If you guys have any questions about anything we're doing, just drop them there in the comments and I'll be happy to engage. So, well, I hope to recover the rhythm soon. It has just been battering days of very tiring ups and downs and changes. So yeah, so many things ahead, and well, let's see what the future awaits for us. So I'm sorry I'm so tired, and I know that the rhythm hasn't been so interesting lately, but the channel will carry on and pick up soon. I have some very cool projects. For now, let's go to where we are. So, well, I'm in a classic Jam Jones song, which is an amazing record. I have spoken a lot about it here, and so let's see. Well, I'm going to update it as I have been doing to version 83. So for this I need to, as usual, change all the names of the things that will be updated. 83 version, drums 83, and percussion 83. Bass will become 83. Synth low, we got a synth low, will become 83. Guitar 1, 83. Acoustic 83. Just having a look here. Some stuff, chick. So who's there? I see we got 3 friends watching right now. Who's there? Maybe somebody who was not a YouTube account. So I see our good bro Mikhail Ustinov. Well, anybody around, just I give you a shout. I hope all is amazing on your world. So I'm once again I'm updating this mix to the latest version. So this, as you see, it's a pretty long project. It's a pretty huge project. We have a lot of stuff going on here. So this is a 10-song record, by the way. So we're going to be doing a lot here in this record in general. So we have, yeah, the Neve parallel need to be improved to 83, Neve 83, and router 83. So what's going on? My Neve, so I got it all set up and ready and beautiful to go. I have drums here, bass here, guitars here, synths here, vocals here, and second vocals here, and other stuff here. And this is an exciter of the master, so of the mix bus, better said. And this is my beautiful piece of equipment that is connected to all these yellow tracks here. You see output 7 and 8, output 7 and 8, blah blah. Okay, so I have a list of... Yo, Iskander, cool to see you, man. So happy you're here. So Iskander, bro, like this video perhaps will be a bit boring, because I mean I'm doing the streams in a way for my clients or for whoever wants to sit down on the back of the studio, like I mean to feel how it feels to sit down on the back of the studio. I'm gonna put you here a video that I perhaps think is very useful. It's called how to improve your mix in 1 hour. But today I'm doing some import session data here in Pro Tools, and addressing some comments of the client. So it's gonna be... Wait, I'm looking for this. Making a commercial, completing, Slotco, missing live instruments. Well, I'll find it and I'll send it to you directly, actually, because I don't want to waste time of the stream, but you get me, right? So yeah, I'm really happy to see you here, man. Really cool. Anyways, hang out. Yeah. Hang out if you want to hang out. Check out the setup, bro. So I have done a pretty radical quarantine studio here in a sauna in my flat. So it's a sauna that the father of my wife built. So yeah, I bring us back to the Neve cam, and we carry on from there. So great, happy to see you here, bro. I'm very, very happy to see you here. I'm very happy that your band is thriving and that you carry on, man. It's so amazing. So anyways, let's go back. So again, I got my Neve connected to my Pro Tools rig, and I am using my Antelope Audio 32 sound card. And so what I'm going to do is to update all these tracks from a previous session that I have already worked out. So let's go to SSD for rec, Leo, Active, Jam Jones, Lively Station. So my reference song is, I mean the one that I updated is this Up to Something, base version 83. So now I need to import session data of all of these 83s that are here. Overhead 83, rooms 83, drums 83, bass 83, guitar 183. So I can bring it all to... Oh, great, man. Yeah, great. I'm gonna be focused here working, bro. I just read your answer. Yeah, I guess I'll find that video in a bit. There is a really good one, man. There are a lot of them that I'm just like, it's really the experience of sitting down on the back of a studio, you know, and see how it feels just to look at an engineer working. But yeah, this is the 51st stream, so there's a lot of stuff there. I'm gonna soon organize it and make it more cool. But Misha is a regular. Misha can tell you a little bit of what's going on here and how much fun we have had in all this time in the quarantine. So anyways, back to work. So then I got the guitar too. So I'm just importing session data basically right now. And the next thing I need is synths. Well, actually I didn't touch synths so much really. I remember it clearly. And I got the vocals of the vocalist number 1 and the vocals of the vocalist number 2, which is Ilya, are here. And then I'm going to import the Neve parallel, Neve router 83, and my mix channel. I don't need to import it, so I can just import it all like this. That's all great. Douche. And so great. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the channel, and I think that I need to do highlights videos because the stream sessions are so long, and they're really useful to work with clients and things like that. So this is how I'm working remotely nowadays, and it's actually giving me great results. I'm really happy. Like I send the videos, and even if the clients meets the sessions, they see the videos, and then they're later like, oh great, thanks for showing me that. Like, it's super useful stuff. All right, so now this is the current song. This is the song that I'm using as a reference. Great. So because this is a mix we were working on for months, and now I'm just updating it. So let's just bring it all up here. Great. CLA. I move the distressor here. Replace this distressor. This replaces ProQ3. EQ, SSL channel. But anyway, if anybody has a question, just really drop it there. I'll be super happy to answer them. I'm really excited when there is feedback here. I feel very lonely sometimes in the music satellite, so I need your company. So just drop me any questions. I will be really happy to check them out. So okay, I have already replaced all the stuff on this kick. Remember, this is a 10 song record, so I'm I'm importing session data from one song to the other, and so for the drums, for the snare drum, just replace this. This is my new snare setup. The Pro Tools, of course, has a function which is automatized, and it just does it automatically. But man, I really learned that when you work in such a huge record and you have done already so much stuff, you maybe don't remember what automation you did in X or Y song and blah blah blah. So this has helped me to, this way to do it just helps me to just to make sure that I'm not overriding anything that I shouldn't be overriding. So it's just safety first, like they say around. So alright, that's pretty sweet. And now I'm gonna go to overheads. Yeah, and just replace them. Soothe 2, ProQ3, CLA drums, EQ, this dude, and SSL channel strip. Great, replaced. Awesome. And now rooms. So let's put them here. Here are my rooms. Soothe, ProQ3, CLA drums, EQ. This is a Clarphonic DSP from Kush Audio. And these guys, I have said it a million times in this recall import session data sessions. I don't need them, so goodbye. And yeah, this is a channel, now I'm using it. Great. So now I take all of these guys and I pull them down here. And now I have, you see, I have this automation here that I want to preserve. So, and also I have some delay. If I would do some automated import session data, I will just fuck it up. Like, even though there is some artificial intelligence developments in the world, we kind of need a human eye to make sure that things are artistical and cool. So that's great. I have replaced all my drum sound. It doesn't take so long, really. So that's awesome. I have taken all my drum sound, and now I'm here, bass. So I have some little lack of discipline here because all my outputs to my Neve need to be yellow. And also, well, I remember the notes from the previous. I have these notes because I'm migrating a song from version 80 to version quote unquote 83. So I have these notes that are the guide of the things that I need to do. Here you go. So in the bass, I remember already, I know it by heart. I know that in the bass I need to mute bass dynamic mic because I decided that it was just not necessary and that I was happy with what I had. So that's good. That's done. I rather muting it like that, it's more safe. Okay, and I have here a couple of tasks for me for the bass 83. So let's have a look. All the basses I used for this record are different. So I need to switch off the oxide and to bring the J37 tape machine. That's one of the steps I have to do for the bass. That's good. That's done. Done. And replace the SSL at the end of the bass bus. So let's do, so we don't have it all so boring here. Let's do a bit of balance of drums and bass before I go to work on guitars. But extremely important too, I need to firstly work on my, replace the end of my chain. The end of my chain is these things. I have explained this many times in the channel, but I'm happy to go through again as I see that we have new guests, and that makes me very happy. So at the end of the channel, of my channel strip, I have the output. You see these two cables here? Can you see them? I don't know. Let me see this. No, you can't. Let me see this. Look, you see these two cables. Exactly, these two cables are going back to the desk, to my sound card. Excuse me. And so they carry the mix that is being mixed here. Sorry, they carry the mix that is being mixed here. And so that mix, wait, let me sort this out better. So imagine if you have your simple classic Focusrite card, a sound card. Well, this thing is not obeying me, and I'm its master, so let me make it obey. So if you have your good old Focusrite sound card or something like that, you have your sound card has, like, let's say 8 inputs or something like that, and then these two guys would be going to something like input 7 and 8, something like that. But I have 32 channels, so my sound card, you see here, I'm like, it's inputting this boss that I created is inputting from channel 31, 32. So what I do is that the output of this guy, I send it to my sound card, and then in Pro Tools I create 2 bosses that are inputting from that, and I duplicate that, so I can create a parallel compression of this signal, exactly this signal. So now I'm going to replace that here. Great. 1, 2, 3. That's awesome. And then I'm going to replace the other. That's the non-compressed signal. I need to check something. Damn it. I think I may have made a mistake. So just to be safe, I'm gonna go here to up to something, which is the song I'm importing session data from, and I want to make sure that my Neve 83 was correctly. I just got distracted for a second. Yeah, SSL channel, Pro Q3, and then another SSL channel. Great. That's cool. And then I'm going to have to delete all these guys, and then I have the router. So those 2 guys, which are coming from these cables here, these 2 guys are the same signal but just processed differently. They're going to something I call the mix bus, which is this green track here, and then I process that. So that's pretty sweet. So I process all this guy together. You may wonder what are all these guys. I explained it in previous videos, man. I need to make highlights really. If not, the channel is kind of useless. So okay, that means that I have drums and bass updated. Drums and bass updated for version 83, and then I can just use my Neve to mute the things I don't want to hear right now. That's the beauty of having a console. Remember, this is not a digital device. This is a 100% analog device. Oh, gotta boost off my buffer size. And also let's switch off the video engine so we are a bit more light in the processing. Great. Okay, so right now I'm gonna be doing bass, drums, balance. Yeah, I feel that the toms could be a bit less loud. But I'm gonna wait till I have other stuff. Let's open the bass right away, because I mean this is already mixed stuff. I'm not like experimenting here, I'm just balancing stuff. Alright, so one of the tasks I had was to mute the bass dynamics mic, and then it was revealed that there's obviously a phase problem there, so let's have a look. I think that, well, this is gonna be fun for everybody. I think that it's time to redo my in phase here, waves in phase, which is quite a useful plugin to have a look at phase issues. So I'm sending this DIFX, which I'm using to Boss 5, and so that means that I can, if I capture here, I'm going to see the bass effects signal and also the bass mic signal. So this will help me to have a benchmark that I can adapt in terms of phase. So there you go. Let's have a look. So well, it seems to be super in phase. I mean, this blue means that it's super in phase. But when I switch it off, it's kind of confusing. I'm gonna trust the fact that I already worked it before. I mean, I don't know what you guys think there, but look. I mean, it's supposed, the key for phase aligning is that you lose some low end, right? So let's give it a try. again. Let's capture this snapshot here. See, capturing. Oh wait, it's bypassed right now, so let's capture it. Capture it again. I usually like to use beginnings or ends, so I get like some sort of pause, so I can see the first hit. I didn't got there what I wanted. What's up, man? Aha, that's exactly what I wanted. So now I'm here and I have a measurement of both the DI signal that I'm using as a reference is the side chain signal, and also the signal that I'm actually trying to phase align. So sometimes, well, when, like in this case, we have a base DI effects, which is kind of like a square wave because it's a bass distortion thing. And here I have the actual mic signal. So let's move this a little bit around. I have a feeling that you see that if I go to the crest of this, actually what waves I have seen the tutorial, and what they recommend is to, well, in this case it's going to be impossible because the waveforms are so different. So let's see the highest peak. They usually recommend to use the place where the waveform crosses the axis, but that's really just, in this case, I mean, look, my senses tell me that it could be like this as well, right? No, but you would have a feeling that this peak down here seems to be this one, right? Like it's like a very low peak, but it's really strange. Or another way to see it is that this high, remember these are very different waveforms, it's normal that they're so different, that this high one, and then you have to look at the correlation meter here, you see? And so now let's see what's up here. Yeah, I seem to be getting more fundamental low end, which is something that is desirable here. Yeah, it's a lot better without that mic, yeah. I heard one kick hit there that the trigger is not opening for it. And there we go. Gotta push the kick pedal, I gotta push the feet of the drummer a little bit. Now let's do balance a little bit around here. Well, I'm obviously going to make a little modification here because this was recorded on the same session, so I need to just duplicate this guy here. And I'm not using this bass dynamic mic, so that's all I need. Oh, that sounds really beautiful. Very nice low end now. I'm gonna make it less loud for me so I can make balance here. Oh, well, now the drums feel too loud. And also the guys are pushing for a bigger kick, so think I'm ready to move on. If anybody there thinks that there's something about the balance of the bass and the drums that you think I could make better, let me know. I want to hear it in respect to the guitars. So let's just have a look at there of how it is. So, well, I gotta carry on importing my new sound. By the way, before I carry on, I have a synth here, synth low. Let's see what's up here. Well, it obviously seems that there's a big competition there between the two basses, so I'm going to have an initiative here and just make this guy, the real bass, a little bit lower and make the synth to be the master here. Even more, I think. This is such a beautiful. We used an actual Moog Fatty there. Sure that they're gonna ask me for a bit more of the natural bass, so I'm just pumping it up a bit. Alright, that's cool. Let's move on to Guitar World then. So, my little guitars, they are here. Guitars. So I remember clearly, guitars are easy. The only thing I had to do was to add this tape machine simulator, and that's it. And then in vocals, in the vocals world, let's hear the guitars before we move on. Because I mean, last session I did a lot of work on the guitar phase. Well, now it's obvious that the kick is super loud, at least in this part. In here it feels okay. I think I've been thinking about this ever since we recorded this. I think that this whole song could benefit from the Kush Audio Clariphonic DSP. So give it a bit of more presence to the guitars and clarity. This is a parallel equalizer. Yeah, well, the kick is kind of like exploding above everything. I gotta be honest with myself and just turn it down a touch here, even though the guys will be like, "Yeah, we get it. We want a huge kick." Okay, in the last session I realized something really cool, because I'm using some amp simulator here, and it's quite obvious thing, but I just in the studio was also in a hurry that I didn't have time. I realized that if I freeze those guys, the phase relationships obtained are a lot better. Like, it's really important, man. It's really important to do that. So now we're gonna have a little pause here. Some kind of elevator music is required while I am rendering those tracks. I cannot fast forward. As we are rendering that stuff. So let's see. Who else is there? Guys, I see 4 people here present. People are shy, or people don't have YouTube accounts, so they cannot comment. So I'm rendering this guitar DI-FX tracks so I can get a better phase relationship. Oh, just like here, some meme time when the mix translates perfectly to earbuds. Damn, nigga, that's smoking hot. Oh, check out this studio, man. I guess that's something we can do here. Well, there is rendering time. We could just share Instagram. Moves. Well, and this is some child privilege. Yeah, my son has kind of experienced something like that with the micromains included. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. I just don't wanna be here. I wanna eat. I wanna go running around. Oh man, there's some very fucking crazy drum kit. Check this out. What the fuck is that? Wow. Yeah, I've managed to find a pretty cool Instagram accounts to follow for this channel. And so I get a very nice feed whenever I open this this Instagram account of the Music Satellite. By the way, we could use some subscriptions from you guys on any YouTube, both on the YouTube or the Instagram or all our social media, especially on YouTube, man, because YouTube is really interesting platform, but we definitely have to have 1,000 followers before you can even dream about having any kind of monetization deal. So that's pretty annoying, but I guess, I mean, they called you like a partner. And then we reached to my own Instagram account, so it's like, hey, it's like super narcissistic console. You can see me in many social media platforms. So I see I have another visitor here. Vova Palashev asked me, how have my neighbors not killed me? Man, I'm in a sauna. I'm inside a sauna. Like, let me show you again this setup. Like, I'm inside a sauna. So this means that I'm in a room. I'm in a box inside a box, and I just work quite quietly. I mean, generally quietly, with his speakers not so loud, and then I switch them on eventually. So you see, I'm like in some sort of room inside a room, and that's the exit. So there's even a door. So I don't bother the neighbors here at all. All right, good news. The rendering is ready, so we can continue. Awesome. So now my guitars are gonna be more direct. Oh, that's such a sweet solo. Check it out, guys. Wait. Yeah, and I think the whole bass should go up, right? let's quickly jump to the old mix. Well, good news is that I can make it louder. And also my guitars needs to grow a bit, so let's do that. Mixes have to always be better than the previous ones, so I'm down here and I can just boost. I added this J37 tape machine, right? And the bass still can go up a bit. And also I feel we are missing some fundamental low end, so I can just, because I removed one of the mics in this new mix, so I can just boost it like that. Well, I don't know if you can feel the difference, but the mix post-quarantine is just, as usual, it's just so much better, man. I'm in another different situation because I managed to make a really killer improvement to the mix after the rest I had. That's the old one, that's the old one. I tend to usually, when I boost something, I tend to turn it down a little bit. I sometimes get too excited, so I tend to just go immediately and just turn it down a bit. Start opening more elements. So I need to import the data to the vocals and to do the things I need to do to the vocals. So Nick, my friend Nick, I'm going to route like I did before, Nick to 9 and 10 and Ilya to 11 and 12. So that's sweet. And then I had decided that I was going to replace the de-esser in both of them. Ilya box de-esser. And also I had, this song has more effects, but I have this clairphonic DSP from Kush Audio there that I need to add here. And I need to do the same for Ilya. So I think I'm just gonna move some things around here so I can put that guy at the end of my chain to brighten it all up. Boom. So let's see, what am I doing here? we need to mix better those beats because it's all a little bit of a mess there. I think that the reverb could be just reduced, the level of reverb, really. I think that's cool. I like it more. Well, I think that balanced drums bass is quite nice. I just could turn the bass a little bit here. I made that automation before, I think, because things were a bit messy, but I think that's good. Let's bring the guitars back. Well, let's go to my beats again. Just have a listen.
dolls come alive and reach their hands out to me. Constellations warm you tonight. Start hearing voices as the water runs. Start seeing marvelous things come alive. Stay built on of meaningless sky around distant stars. It's okay. Roll down your window. It's okay. Lay down, stay down, you. Go down, embrace the moon. One day we will shine too. Switch off, switch on.
Night mode.
One day we will shine too. Switch off, switch on.
Alright, I reach the point where I think I'm gonna head to sleep. I don't want to go to bed so late. I have made a good update to the mix, and tomorrow morning early I will just make a balance with very well rested ears, and I shall have the opportunity to make all the comments and to improve everything. So once again, just a quick note, it has been a long day. There are going to be very huge changes coming from our world, from the DTH world, and I'm sure that we're gonna all enter to a new era in the Russian music scene after what's going on. And well, we have to carry on pushing and pushing and pushing as hard as we can. So, well, I want to send to everybody a lot of love, forces, inspiration, and I hope that your lives are going super well. And just never stop making music, and don't let anything turn you down. And I assure you, man, as a person who has built something and it's moving past it, that there's always more to build every day, regardless of the circumstance. So let's just carry on forwards.
I've seen all of your dolls come alive.